Good evening, Panther fans. Welcome to the pit. We're here live for this playoff match, first round of the playoffs between the East Henderson Eagles against your Franklin Panthers. And Coach Juan Morales. I'm joined tonight by former Franklin goalkeeper and assistant, or no, not assistant, he's goalkeeper coach, Trevin Talent. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Unfortunately, the title of true goalkeeper coach goes to Isaac Jennings, but I like to help out when I can. And no, this is a big playoff game, East versus Franklin. We've seen them play twice already, once here, once at East, obviously. And both games were 3-1 wins for the home team. So hopefully that course follows action tonight. We'd like a 3-1 win for Franklin in first round of the playoffs. But this is a team that obviously can beat Franklin and vice versa. Franklin can beat them pretty convincingly. So it's going to be a real litmus test to how these teams have grown and changed over the course of the season.
Yeah, and I'm expecting a good match. Like you just mentioned, both teams have won on their home turf this season, and this is the tiebreaker. And whoever wins goes on to the next round, so this is definitely going to be a great game. They know each other very well, so I'm excited to see the soccer out here tonight.
Yeah, I think the big thing we're going to be looking for is, like we said, we've seen two very different results for these teams when they played each other. And the playoffs, it being a playoff match, it being the last match, the rain, there's going to be a lot of extra factors that can really change that, because when I've played, there's been playoff games where we've played a team like twice in the year. You blow them out both times, but then you have to play them in the playoffs. And I don't know if it's the nerves or if it's just that everyone knows it's their last game. It changes things for a lot of players. And my high school experience, like I was just saying, we had a chance like that, blew up the team both times, and then the first game or the last game they played in the playoffs, it was a 1-0 win. Yeah. So it's going to be very exciting.
That's what's so intriguing about these playoff games in soccer. It doesn't matter if you beat them during the normal season. What counts is if you can win on tonight to advance to the next round. And that's what it comes down to, who wants it more. So it's going to be really interesting. I know last game East Henderson's most dangerous player is number 9, Arturo Hernandez Martinez. He is a senior, so you would expect him to be going all out tonight because this is potentially his last game.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of seniors on East team this year that are all seniors and all have very good counting stats. Hernandez Martinez, he has 6 goals and 6 assists. They have another forward, Lejos, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He has 10 goals and 12 assists. And then they have another forward with the last name Montez, who has 8 goals and 1 assist. Yep. So another team like West the other day that have some attackers that have some good counting stats and are pretty lethal, but we'll see if Franklin's defense can say anything else about that.
Well, the good thing is that if you joined us last time, the Panthers are on a 3-winning streak, three game winning streak. So, and they looked really good last week against West Henderson. Here we had Kevin winning the ball up high. Ulysse is trying to play in Greg Harcher, but East managed to get it out.
Mm-hmm. And the first 10 minutes, I would say, especially for this Franklin team, is usually a feeling out process. When one of those wins a couple weeks ago, they played Smoky, and, we know that Franklin is a better team than Smoky, but for the first 10 minutes, Smoky was in control of that game for that whole time. So we'll have to see how Franklin comes out. Looks like Frankie Vallis takes a long shot. And it's in!
Beautiful shot from Frankie Vallis.
And that's his second time he's done that against East this year. He did it in the home game last time.
I saw him during the warm-ups, Coach, and he hit a very nice banger just like that. It was a little bit with the inside of his foot, but he told me himself he's feeling it tonight. Frankie, great goal. Great goal. Thank you for giving us that tonight.
So much for the feeling out process. That is how you give yourself an early lead and give yourself some great momentum. We're not even a minute in right now. 53 seconds exactly, and Frankie Vallis opens up the scoring.
What a goal.
But we've talked about this a couple times on broadcast already. He has that long-term range. Yeah. He can be that deep-lying midfielder that just takes shots like that, and that's perfectly placed. I think some keepers will be able to reach that and palm that away, but he put it to where, looks like another chance right here for Franklin.
Here we got a chance for Josiah Mascoro. He just couldn't get any power behind it. Now, it's only been not even 2 minutes, and the Franklin Panthers have scored, and they look like they're really up for this game and pushing for the offensive here.
Yeah. I was talking to Coach Matt before the game, and he was saying, I was asking him how he felt, and he was like, this is our home. We play better here and whatnot. And I think there is some truth to that. West or East plays on a turf field, and this is grass, and not many teams in our conference play on grass, which is kind of displayed in Franklin's home record so far this season.
Yes, and again, another factor is the rain. So the ball
probably was a huge factor on that shot by Frankie. You can't get a palm on that, or if it slips just a little bit with how hard he shoots, it's probably going in.
Yes, and especially you as a keeper, you hate the shots that are down low that maybe hit the turf right before it gets to you because it bounces on you and it just makes it that much harder.
Mm-hmm. Low shots that are bouncing on the ground. Those skimmers are going to be tough. Looks like Greg has a chance here.
Great pass.
Ooh, was that a save? Looked like he just hit it out wide.
Yeah, I think he just couldn't find the finish here. But again, the Panthers within 3 minutes of this first half have already scored one. And they've created 2 more chances to double up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think East has had the ball past Franklin's midfield yet, obviously. So, no, great start from Franklin so far.
Here we have Ulises Padron
He's
Perez. He's about to have a shot here. This is going. Ooh,
good
great
save.
save.
It looks like a chance for it gets cleared by East. Never mind. Frankie Valles again. Ball gets poked away from him.
And again, scoring this early in a playoff game, it really sets the tone of who is in control of this match and what you're going to do with it. Franklin Panthers are like sharks. They are smelling the blood in the water, and they are going out trying to get the second goal and not putting their foot off the gas. Here we have a nice
play by Jaden Pevia right
Yes.
there. Yeah, it looks like it'll be Josiah on the wing. Looks like he still has the ball. Cuts in. Now Jaden has it. See if he can get a shot or a pass back in. Another save by East's keeper. I was going to say, too, as a keeper, like sometimes that first shot can really see, like, you almost want your first shot just be like delivering like directly at you. That way you get your hands on the ball and get used to it because definitely got caught by surprise on Frankie's goal right there.
Yeah, gives you a lot of confidence when you make a nice, easy, early save in the game. But that's definitely not what the keeper was expecting. Even though he did come up with a couple, I would say decent saves because I would say the shots are right to him. They're not really, making it too difficult on him. I think the ref told Jaden to come back a little bit on his throw in there. He has a massive throw, so here and the ball just runs out to the keeper. Good start so far by the Franklin Panthers. East Henderson, their best bet right now is to not concede the second goal. Here, number 10, we have Daniel Lajos.
Like a chance here for 14.
Yes.
But gets
good
sandwiched
job
between Ian and Aaron for good defensive effort right there.
We have Graham Caldwell building out to Kevin Torres. Kevin Torres lays it off to Ulises. Ulises will probably look for the switch here. Yes, beautiful switch.
Might have Josiah. Number 17 for East. Not sure. That's Laura Perez. He definitely did a great job right there.
Yeah. Headed it back to the middle, but his center back helped him out there.
Jaden back into the middle with Aaron. Aaron very comfortable with the ball at his feet, as is Jaden. Honestly, the whole back line, which is huge to have. Now we see Will. This should just be a no-nonsense clearance.
Yes.
Looks like he'll give Josiah a chance to receive it. Gets a fortunate tap. It looks like East should have the clearance. It'll be a Franklin throw deep in their territory.
Yeah, East at this point, you feel, are about 2 gears down from the Panthers' intensity.
And Josiah's going to have a chance to get the ball in here. Another save for East's keeper.
Oh,
but right for
the shot, Kevin. Ooh, off the bar.
Off the crossbar. Woo. Ooh, Franklin is... It's been all Franklin so far. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Another great chance right there. The ball fell straight to Kevin after a deflection, but unfortunately hits the crossbar.
East is they have come out a little bit flat in the first 5 minutes. I don't think they were expecting the intensity from Franklin, but I mean, what do you expect in a playoff game when it's win or go home?
Yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, I don't know if they just didn't come off the bus ride or something, but yeah, it's been all Franklin so far.
Here we have number 10, Daniel Lagos, taking the throw-in straight to Aaron. Cut out there by number 9, Arturo.
It's like a little miscommunication there by Miguel and Jaden. A shot for number 6, cleared by
Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah, it was Aaron.
Looks like it'll be East throw-in. Yeah, no, East has had 2 possessions so far right now in Franklin's half, and not really a single chance that's really came out of them so far.
The only thing East, will definitely be grateful for is Franklin not capitalizing on those other 4 opportunities that they had right after the goal. Here we have a shot that goes over.
Looks like it'll be a goal kick. I thought it deflected for a second, but it did not. We watched it the other day when Franklin was playing. Was it North here the other day? No, West.
Yes.
Excuse me. West, and we announced it. And, yeah, there's a lot of chances that Franklin was creating that first half and didn't get any goals from him until the second. So hopefully they can create some more, and that doesn't follow suit.
Yeah, you definitely, like we said in the playoff game, you definitely want the extra goal cushion, which sometimes it could be a bad thing. Being 2 goals up, you might get overconfident, and if the other team gets one, then the momentum shift, and then you're playing a really tough game.
But Kevin's on a nice dribble here. Pass it to Greg. Greg was onside. Back to Kevin. Kevin's going to take a shot.
Ooh,
great save by East's keeper.
I think he's calling an offside for the back pass to Kevin when he had the shot. But, again, nice little bit of play there. Kevin Torres doing a little give and go there with Greg Karcher, and the keeper with another save.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not questioning his ability right now. He's come up with a couple big saves to keep his East in this game at the very beginning.
Fernando Miranda is the goalkeeper tonight. He is a sophomore, so he has a little bit of experience, but he has 2 more years to grow, and so far he's kept his team in this game. It could easily be a 3-0 game.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, no, most definitely. Greg had a nice little defensive play that kind of got the ball back for Franklin. Now Ulysses has it. Let's see who he gets a pass off to. Off Graham wide. Tried to get back into Ulysses, but East was there to take it.
Now, this number 10 right here on the ball, the captain, he was huge in their win when we traveled to East Henderson last time. He had a great game. So far, you could see that he was distributed out the ball to number 6 there, Jeremy Gomez. And I think if East is going to have a chance, number 10 and number 9 have to have a great game.
Well, yeah, I would agree because it looks like they get a lot of their scoring from the midfield. I mean, number 10's in the midfield. Looks like 9 and 7 all kind of are in that, section. So, yeah, when they're clicking, I'm sure the team's clicking. But if they're not getting involved and they're not being able to create for their teammates, that'll be good for Franklin defensively.
And all those mentioned players are
seniors, too.
Seniors, yeah. Yes. So you would expect that from your seniors, your leaders leading your team. Here we have a ball trying to get played down the line, but Aaron does a great job in covering back and launching the ball up towards Josiah Mascoro. And Miguel Cruz does really well in playing that ball off of number 10, Daniel Lajos.
Oh, nice little throw in by PV to
Graham. Yeah, Graham has some space to work there.
Tried to find Ulysses, but Ulysses' turn was blocked by East's number 8. Now their winger, number 14, has a chance at the ball. Let's try to see if we can get a through pass into their forward, Luis Hernandez.
Good job by Frankie there. He saw the heavy touch and he went in and he stuck his foot in and he won that ball. Great tackle.
I mean, obviously you have a couple guys that are kind of DMs right now, but Frankie is like a true DM in the sense of the word with the way. Another long shot.
Ooh, that's exactly what you want. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we were talking about shooting, and I think this ball bounces. Here we have the replay.
Yeah, it looks like it got right under the little arm pocket of the keeper for East. Yeah, that's what happens with this weather. I mean, if there's any time to be able to take a long shot and just kind of hope and pray, that's the exact chance you're wanting to get there.
Now, here we have the replay. So Luis cuts in on the inside here, and he lets it fly, and it does hits the turf right before it hits the keeper, which makes it that much more difficult for him to save it. Now, I think the keeper has done good. It has been East's best player so far, keeping them in the game, even though they've gone down 2-0. But I would think that the easier shots, those that are from range and are expected for him to save, he has made a mess of, and then the other ones that are harder to save, he saves those.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're Franklin, you know that now. He does not seem very comfortable dealing with long-range shots. I don't know if you just can't read the ball well or what's going on, but, I mean, yeah, start cracking them. I mean, you've had 2 go in already. We're not even 10 minutes into the game, and Franklin's got a 2-0 lead off 2 long shots. Yeah. That's like holding both bumpers in FIFA and just kind of praying it goes in.
Yeah, that's right. Coach Kolosik will be extremely happy with the start that the Franklin Panthers have had
great tackle by Aaron Jennings right there. Looks like we're going to have Kevin come up with a through pass, try to get Josiah, but the center back for East played that rather comfortably.
Number 5, Victor Morales Hernandez. He's a sophomore.
Oh, I'm happy you noticed that. I didn't realize the first name and last name list is switched. If I mispronounce anyone's name or get it mixed up, I apologize. Looks like number 9 here for East is going to have it. I feel like Franklin's doing a good job, but whenever East has had the ball, they've gotten bodies and pressured rather nicely. Hasn't been a ton of really opportunities for much of anything so far for East.
Just kind of looking at a little bit of East's intensity here. You're 2-0 down in a playoff game away, and you have a bunch of players walking on the field, not really showing that intensity to move into the space to create an opportunity. You don't really see it.
Yeah. Looks like number 17 was trying to get involved or asking for the switch right there, but East player just decided to dribble through everyone and then get tackled by Aaron for a throw-in.
Great step there.
Yeah, and you could see that with teams. I mean, I'm sure you've played with teams that they don't have the best attitudes. They get down on themselves easy. And sometimes a 2-0 lead for them is a death sentence just because they lose their morale, they lose their motivation. But also, if you played a lot of soccer, you know a 2-0 lead is, especially with this much time left in the game, is very dangerous and nowhere near as insurmountable as people make it seem.
Yes. I would say now, I think, when I first started playing back when I was around 8, you would think a 2-goal lead was perfectly fine. Now you need at least 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm. Coach Neitz, he used to have a saying. He said, if in a 2-0 game, the next team that scores usually wins.
Yeah.
And I remember a couple instances where that theory was very true. So hopefully Franklin, I mean, if they just keep it on, we'll be fine. But you can't step the foot off the gas pedal. And in East case, you got to pick it up.
Yes. Well, you can see that the Franklin players are having a lot of confidence in their play right now. Look at this great ball.
Here. Takes a shot.
Nice save there.
Very nice. Not only a nice save, but a way to corral that, too, because that probably could have been a corner for Franklin.
Yes, he did really well there. And like I was going to say, we had Kevin Torres there doing – first, he did a little back flick to give the ball off to Miguel Cruz, if I'm not mistaken. Miguel Cruz gives it back to him, and then he plays a nice pass out to Josiah with the outside of his foot. It was
looks
really,
like 11
really
has some
beautiful.
space for East here. We'll see if they can see him. They're kind of stretching the defense a little wide, which is nice having Frankie to drop down a little bit more in the midfield. That way he can maybe take 11, and Aaron can be behind the ball in case a defender or offender does get through, because number 6 is pushed up and kind of stretching the back line a little thinner than most teams have, at least from what I've seen so far.
Yes. Well, yeah, like we said, just reading kind of into the body language here of the East players. They're really not really showing the high intensity here to kind of, work their way back into this game. Now, is that down to the Panthers starting off this game with their high intensity? Yes, I think so. But, you're in a playoff game. If you were down there, if I was down there, I would be playing, especially if I'm a senior. This is my last game that I could play at the high school level, my senior year. So I would be giving all out. Here we have number 6 going down the line, looking to pass the ball to number 11.
Great little team defense there by Aaron and Graham. Aaron made him kind of step up, lose his dribble a little bit, and then Graham was there to take it away. Kevin with a nice little pass to Ulysses. We'll see if anything can create out of that. Yeah, Ulysses down the wing is a very frightening thing. Gets a ball in, but East's keeper can comfortably corral that. I'd say outside of the long shot goals, obviously, I would say, the build-up play, the link-up play, whatever you want to call it, between the Franklin, midfield and attackers has been almost perfect tonight. Even though they haven't really scored off of it yet, they've created many chances, just pretty much 1-2-ing off each other down the field. Yeah,
and there we go. We had another example right there, right on cue. We had Frankie playing a little 1-2 back to Ian Mendoza, who he's been playing, everybody has started off really well, but you can see that Ian just wants the ball at his feet. He feels so comfortable with the ball at his feet there. Here we have Kevin winning the ball back. Lays it off to Miguel, and Miguel Cruz has acres of space to play this ball, get his head up to Josiah, just a little bit too much power on it. But if I'm the East Henderson coach and I see the space that the Franklin Panthers, their midfield, is getting, I'm doing exactly what he's doing right now, getting a couple subs off the bench and telling them to go in and
give some energy.
Yes.
And I was going to say, with that pass that Miguel just had, with how deep of a line East is playing right now, that's a perfect time to just tell your forward to fake runs and almost come back to you and get them the ball that way. Because, East has controlled the ball right now in Franklin's own half, and they're just kind of chilling out comfortably at the 30-yard line, 40-yard line almost.
Yes.
So something to be wary of there for Franklin. Looks like Jaden Peavia should have a chance once he gets the ball from Yulee.
Yes. Jaden's still
past,
with it.
Yeah, gets past another defender. Thought he had Josiah probably there, but Josiah kind of let up and let Jaden do his thing. And looks like the pressure from Greg rules out in a throw-in for East. No subs for Franklin yet either. Coach Matt really liking what he's seeing on the field so far.
Yeah, well, I would think, it's working, so, you don't really need to change anything unless somebody needs a break or you see somebody kind of getting tired there.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, especially in these playoff games, you got to understand, like, your best players should be expected to play, obviously not the entire game, but as much as physically possible for a game like this.
Yeah.
Looks like Greg will have a chance here. Hits it, passes it to Josiah. Kind of leaves it for him. Josiah on the wing. Gets by one defender, but kind of runs into him, which impeded his progress, and looks like it'll be a black throw. It's like PV will probably take it, which is a guy who can. Oh, never mind.
Josiah
took a very fast one.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good throw on him too. So
that's good. It's always nice when you have throws that can almost turn into corners in a little bit. Trying for a through pass, but looks like Aaron should be able to win that against number 7 for East.
Number 7.
Nice little split right there.
That's
we'll
good.
See what East can do right there.
Number 9 again.
That's Arturo. Yeah, Hernandez
Arturo
Martinez
Hernandez.
Gets a pass kind of in there.
Ooh.
Well, probably should have left that.
Yeah,
It'll be a corner for East.
He's frustrated there with himself. You could see.
Yeah, sometimes when you're a keeper, you just want to get your hands on it if you think you need to, but sometimes it's just smarter to just let it through. Franklin, set pieces. It's been a topic of a little bit of, something they've kind of struggled with a little bit this season. See what happens here. Looks like Will comes out, gets a hand on it, and it goes over. Maybe East tried to head it and went over.
Yeah, it's a goal
Nevertheless, yes, a goal kick for Franklin. Yeah, no, we talked in the West game, Franklin's lack of size can be detrimental at times on set pieces, and set pieces, especially when you're defending them, require a great amount of coordination and communication.
Josiah Mascoro had a great little break there on the wing there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, solid attempt at a shot, but we've seen that a couple times now where his shot from that angle has just kind of gone straight at the keeper. If that's the case, maybe we'll see a pass into Greg or a pass into one of those trailing midfielders.
Yes, yeah, and like you said, with that angle, it's really difficult to beat the keeper there unless you just absolutely blast it and it goes past his
It's got to have either perfect placement or just an insane amount of power.
Yeah. And like you said, you're sometimes better off just looking up and see if you have a teammate with you and you just square the pass right to them so they could get a tap in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
looks like a free kick in a nice spot for...
Dangerous situation here.
Yeah, very good spot for Franklin. Should be either Ulysses or Frankie taking it. Both have a goal and both have a long-range goal, so I think either one of them are more than well-equipped to handle this shot. I'll have to see what set piece Coach Matt breaks out. For those that don't know, Coach Matt loves practicing his set pieces and has multiple variations of plays just to give the offense a little bit of an edge of getting either a ball in the box or a shot on frame.
Yes. Now, what I want to see with this free kick, I know everybody likes doing the top corner, go around the wall or over the wall, but you kind of want to see them just put it on frame. See if the keeper gives a rebound here. Frankie with the shot goes over.
I was going to say that, or if you saw how deep East's back line was, you easily could have set off a little pass like right to the top of the 18 for either Kevin or Yuli or Frankie, someone of that caliber to take. But Frankie took the shot, went a little over. We'll see what they do next time on their next free kick.
At the same time, you really can't blame Frankie for having a shot there with the first goal that he scored tonight.
Mm-hmm. And he scored multiple free kicks already this season as well, so it's not like that was a low percentage chance for Franklin. Oh, nice through ball in for Yuli. Looks like Kevin's going to have a chance with a great tackle by number 4 for East. That is
Federico Miranda.
Yeah, what a
senior as well.
Well, great play by him.
Yeah, great tackle by him.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate in a way for some of the center backs at East because you feel like you haven't really, played the worst so far, given that most of the long shots have came from, far away. But I have to see East looking a little better right now. Looks like they're kind of stopping a little bit more of what Franklin's trying to achieve offensively, but still have yet to really have a quality chance on offense.
Yeah, I think the weakness tonight so far from East has been in their midfield. You can see right here in this shot, if somebody takes up the space on this 40 mark over here, you have so much space to take up because all the East players are bunched up on one side.
Yeah, and that's something that can plague Franklin sometimes, but today that problem is working to their benefit because their midfield has been pretty much everywhere they've needed to be, and whenever they've received the ball, they've been able to turn and just have acres of space. So Ulysses right here with a little flick up, see if we can get past East, but it gets cleared back up. Nice little drop back pass to
to number 10, Danielle Lajos, trying to keep the ball, but Graham Caldwell does really well in defending him. The ball just gets away. Yeah, the ball just gets away there from Kevin. Nonetheless, it's a throw-in here for the Panthers.
I will say there was one instance about a couple minutes ago where I saw Kevin was kind of looked like he was eyeing up a shot. It would not surprise me, given how we've seen some Franklin Panthers take long shots today, if he's the next one to do that and get a goal off of it. Aaron Jennings with the clearance here. I don't know who specifically number 9 for East was targeting, but
here we
there's no one there. And Jaden
just at this point, I guess he didn't want to take a risk to play it back to Will or try and play that out himself, and he just hit it out, which in a way kind of favored us because now we have the ball back. East committed players forward.
A little tall right there, but
yeah, couldn't find that through ball. Here we have a great through ball. Aaron does great tackling here. Right there.
That's absolutely class. That looked like a chance where if Aaron doesn't get a foot on it, number 7's turning and being on frame, turning the goal, but just clears it rather easily, honestly. Number 9 right here with a chance. Franklin gets his body in front of it. That was Aaron once again. And we'll see what Franklin can do in the build-up.
Ian did really well there with his body feint.
Yeah, and then Yuli with a very nice little one-touch pass to Miguel. Now we have Jaden up the sideline. Ball stayed in. Ball.
Let's see if we could get a cross here.
Get a crossing.
Yes, there it is. Oh!
Yeah. That's, you know what Coach Matt probably calls that? I think I've heard him say it before. He calls that a chicken leg, I'm pretty sure.
The chicken.
You just kind of, stick that leg out and hope to make contact. Yeah, I understand what he's thinking trying to do that, but that's something I feel you just get your body a little closer to it and then put a foot on it. I mean, a foot, a knee, a head.
Could have
been anything.
I thought there at that height he would have maybe went for a diving header there. Would have been really nice to see something like that, but he goes with his foot, and he just misjudged it and took his eye off the ball there. But again, there's another opportunity to score the third goal from the Franklin
Great
Panthers.
Great ball. Oh, bad back pass. It could be dangerous for Franklin. Number 7 gets by Aaron somewhat, but Ian's there, but
Ian
a little
slips.
He slipped. It looks like Aaron with a
great tackle.
Great tackle. I couldn't tell if it was clean at first, but yeah, no call from the official. So very, very clean tackle after two kind of mistakes there by Franklin's back line.
Yeah, and again, the rain is definitely going to be a huge factor in the conditions that the field is in now.
Yeah, very nice game to have those studded cleats. Those would be perfect conditions for that. Yeah, and you're going to have to watch that. I mean, Ian, played the ball perfectly, recovered, and once the defender kind of, dribbled by Aaron a little bit. But, yeah, that slip could have been dastardly for Franklin.
Here we have a sub. We have Miguel Cruz coming off, and Jason. Here we have Jason. Here, hold on, let me see.
We have 2 that came on.
Jason Patino coming in.
Mm-hmm. And Alex Robles.
Alex Robles came in for, I want to say it's for Frankie Valles off.
Oh, Jaden cannot wait for that ball. That's the ball you got to come to. Aaron staying vigilant and getting a nice little clearance out for Anisto. Yeah, that's something that happens sometimes. Sometimes you think you have a lot of space. Maybe your teammates aren't communicating, and a guy can just come around and take the ball away like that. It's like number 10 here for East. Getting some nice dribble moves.
Ooh, and foul, but it's a free kick just outside the box.
Very fortunate for Franklin right there. I mean, I don't think that necessarily was worth a pin, but if that foul's in the box, that is a pin. So
yes,
yeah, we'll have to make sure to get his wall in place and be ready for a shot on goal because, I mean, this is a very dangerous spot right here. You have a lot of goal to cover, and this shot is not from too far away. Number 9 for East, Arturo Hernandez-Martinez.
He goes early. Oh, he shoots, and Will does really well in saving it. He went early there.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the ref blows his whistle, but he went really early. As soon as he blew his whistle, I'm not sure if Will was still kind of
that's a smart thing to do. Exactly. If you're still setting up your wall, then there is a lot of space. But no, I mean, Will read that well, was able to make the save. Luckily, the ball bouncing back out afterwards did not result in an East shot. Nice little ball. Ooh, nice little touch, yeah. Good ball from Will. It looked like Jason to give a little tap to get it to Josiah. But that pass by Kevin finds Josiah. Actually, he's able to keep it in.
Oh, he does a great job finding Jason. Jason with the back pass to Alex. Just a little bit under hit.
Yeah, put Alex in a very unfortunate situation. Number 7 right there. Almost had another chance, but Aaron with great recovery. I mean, it's one thing to get beat as a defender or have a defender like kind of like, try to poke the ball around you, but I don't know if there's a defender on this team that has better recovery than Aaron Jennings.
No, if he makes a mistake, you really, me being on the sideline sometimes, if he makes a mistake, I kind of want to say something, and then he corrects it right away.
Yeah, he doesn't give you a chance to coach him about what he did because he's usually making the right play right afterwards.
Yeah, again, another senior, Aaron Jennings, the captain, one of the captains of the team. He's a great player, and he's definitely going to be missed next year. But there's a lot of great underclassmen coming up and in the team right now.
It's like Jaden Peavy with a nice little chance here, going by a lot of players with his pace, and looks like that tackle resulted in a foul for number 13 on East.
Yes, he drew in the foul. He does really well. Jaden is really good at doing that, pushing forward and knowing when to put his body in so he could draw in the fouls, or he's strong enough to continue his run.
Mm-hmm. And it's really nice. I mean, you could argue on the other side with Ian, they have another player who's very similar to that, very comfortable with the ball, can push it upfield. I mean, I know this is like a 3-back, but these fullbacks almost play as wingbacks.
This is a beautiful ball in.
Yeah, great pass in. Looks like it fell right at Franklin's feet.
He's going to have a shot here.
Yeah, looks like
he got shut down kind of quick.
Yeah, East is ready for that now. They've seen it twice with Frankie and Yulee now. They're ready for that shot. I will say almost any chance I've seen Franklin have now, whenever they've been pushing in the attacking third, East is a lot more aware of not giving them a lot of space to work with in that area.
And I want to say the subs that the East Henderson coach made.
Looks like a chance for a through pass here if he can get the ball off his foot. But Aaron Jennings gets shoved, but to no call of the official. We'll see what happens. Number 9's going to take a shot, which deflects off Jaden Peavy. It looks like for a corner. Barely a corner. Kind of curved.
Yeah, that was close. Again, head coach Trey Allman from East Henderson, I think ever since he made the subs, East has looked a better team because they were flat. They came out like if the game hadn't started yet.
Yeah, no, I think the biggest thing East is missing right now, headed by Aaron, looks like it's in a wicked spot. We'll see what happens.
There's a rebound. Ooh.
Yeah, very tight right now. It's the second time where we've seen that kind of happen, where a deflection or something just kind of popped the ball up in the box, but luckily East is not able to capitalize.
Yeah, I think it was Alex Robles who got a foot in there to clear the ball out to the throw-in. Here we have Jaden doing a great job being physical with number 3, and they get the ball out up to Josiah.
Number 13 for East, Miguel Gonzalez-Perez, he's especially, I've noticed, been a big difference maker so far in their midfield. That's the second time where there's been kind of a pass that's just kind of been sitting there, and I think early in the first half you probably would have saw the East player just kind of like jog to it or whatever, but he sprinted to it and was able to kick it out of bounds, which, I mean, especially when you're on the attacking side like they just were, that will limit a lot of the counters that Franklin was kind of taking advantage of in those first 10 minutes.
Yes, good flick there by Josiah trying to find Yanes is in. Yanes Chavez is in for Greg Harcher.
It looks like Frankie is back in for Alex Robles.
Yes. Now we have Ian Mendoza looking up for Kevin. Number 4 across to make the tackle, Federico Miranda.
Looks like it should be a shot here. Takes a deflection, and it will be a corner. Yeah, I was going to say on that chance right there for Kevin, that's a scenario where he's kind of like waiting for the ball, and I think East, now they've woken up and gotten to the game, they're not going to let that ball just fall to him now.
Yes.
Got to come to that now and try to receive that. See what this corner.
Josiah Mascoro with the corner. Plays it in. Ooh, that's a great. Oh, that was a great chance there. Graham Caldwell there at the back post.
Yeah, tough ball to kind of get on frame, but he did kind of set up and kind of just went right back out.
And I want to say the defender kind of puts him off. He goes up for the header and he misjudged it, and it comes through all the way to Graham. Maybe not expecting it to come through. And he maybe wasn't.
Yeah, honestly, there's instances like that in corners where after it gets a certain distance, you're like, okay, someone's definitely going to clear this by the time it gets to me. But sometimes that doesn't always happen.
Yeah. Now I want to touch again about number 13 for East. He's a freshman and he came in as one of those subs for East Henderson. And like we said, the team has looked better. Now that's exactly what you want, especially when a freshman comes in a playoff game. He is going to go all out for you, and he is going to play his heart out, which is especially what East needs right now.
Yeah, and you can see that from freshmen sometime. I remember my senior year, we were kind of suffering some injuries, had some setbacks, had some players leave, And we brought up a lot of freshmen towards the end of the season. I mean, even if they weren't the most, technically gifted as they were as seniors, Caleb Pevia specifically,
Yes.
he came in and he played almost perfect right back for us in his first ever game towards the end of the season after not ever playing on varsity before. You get that sometimes with freshmen. Like, they have that hunger for it. They want to prove that they're there, that they can stay up. And, yeah, number 14 for East is definitely showing that so far.
Yeah, and I was about to touch on that, what you were saying about your experience with the freshman coming up. I was about to say Caleb Pevia was the one that went up, and he was just amazing. Ever since the get-go, he was an amazing defender, and I'm sure he's very proud seeing his brother out there playing his senior year.
Yeah, he's actually in the stands right now. I just saw him walk earlier. We also have another brother, Isaac Jennings, goalkeeper coach. His brother Aaron Jennings on the field right now. Yeah, that's two brother combos right there that are both all-conference, all-region-level talents, and both have received awards for those exact awards. So, yeah, there's like a family like thing that goes on in Franklin a lot. You see a lot of brothers and stuff play well and play together on Franklin's teams.
Yeah, here we have East possessing the ball in the Panthers' half. With 7 minutes left to go, East will definitely like to get a goal here, but I'm not sure if they have the players or kind of the creativity to kind of open up this. Yeah,
I agree completely. They have the talent for it, but we've seen a couple instances where it just seems like there's been through passes there, they haven't seen it, or they're just not making it. Whatever's going on, it's been lacking. We'll see what number 9. Or Hernandez Martinez here can do with this free kick. It's far out. We'll see if he tries to give his teammates a chance or if he tries to put it on frame.
He's going for goal.
Looks like Aaron's able to comfortably clear it out.
We have J.C. Taggy in the game for Josiah Mascoro.
And Taggy, he enjoys playing East. He actually scored a goal versus East at the last home game here. So, yeah, I mean, Ulysses scored a goal last time versus East, scored a goal tonight. Frankie scored a goal last time versus East, scored a goal tonight. So we'll see if Taggy can keep that theme rolling here.
Yeah, and again, it is funny because the Panthers won here in the regular season 3-1, and we go away, and the Panthers lost 3-1 away. I don't want a 3-1 scenario. This is me being a little bit biased here, but I don't want a 3-1 scenario. I want the Panthers to keep a clean sheet, as we call it. No goals against, and just see them, maybe get a couple more goals. And just so they could settle their nerves a little bit here.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe if you do that, it also gives you a chance to give your players some of a rest too, which is always big in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, with 6 minutes left to go, if you're just joining us, the score is 2-0 here in this first round playoff game between East Henderson Eagles and the Franklin Panthers.
It looks like Taggy won a corner there for East.
Yes. Goal scored by Frankie Valles, the first one, and Ulises Padron Perez with the second one. Here we have JC playing the ball in low on the ground.
And the East has a lot of space here to counter. We'll see what can happen. Looks like 9 or 7 for East, had a chance there, but the ball in, just like we were saying, the creativity, that was more the skill than anything else, just not the ball you need in that scenario.
Yeah. Number, I want to say that's 23 on that far side. Let me see. Modesto Trejo, I want to say that's him on the far side. Did a good job with that through ball, trying to get him behind him. He did a good job defending that. I think we have another sub coming in here. I think we have Graham Caldwell coming off for these last 5 minutes.
Looks like
number
Rios
19. Oh, yes. Ebby Rios in for the game. Now, Ebby is a sophomore. I had the pleasure of coaching him last year for the JV team with your dad, Coach Talon. Here, Panthers had a chance. Comes back out to
Shot
Miguel.
for Kevin, and it's in. Or
nice.
Is that Miguel?
Yes, it's Miguel Cruz.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, that was a beautiful shot. Yes, that's exactly what we were hoping for. Similar scenario as earlier when Kevin had the shot that bounced out. This one, time it went low and just snuck it in. Just another low skipping shot on this wet field.
Yes. Third goal for the Panthers, Miguel Cruz. Here we have the replay. The defender just kicks it out. Miguel Cruz here is on the top of the 18. Takes a touch to settle himself, and again, a low shot hits the turf right before it gets to the keeper, and it makes it that much more harder because it skips on him. And the Panthers score their third goal before the half ends here. And 4 minutes left to go. I think all these Panthers that have rotated in off the bench, they're going, oh, here we have another one. The keeper with a misplaced pass there comes straight to Ulises, and Ulises has to hit it first time since the keeper was out. But the subs from the bench are definitely going to want to do something with these 4 minutes left.
Yeah, most definitely. This is where, I mean, you can either go into the next half with a little bit of confidence and momentum if you're East or Franklin. I mean, Franklin obviously already has it, but, or, for East's case, if you concede another one, then you would have to think morale and everything be at an all-time low.
Yeah, at this point, the morale is already at a low here. I think you could kind of see it in the body language here from some of the players. But again, you can't, as a Franklin Panther, you can't keep your foot off the gas. It's a playoff game, so at this point, if you can get 6 goals on them, go ahead.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like we were saying earlier, just don't put your foot off the pedal. That's how you let teams come back, regardless of how they are or how they're playing currently at the moment. Looks like it'll be another throw in for East on that right sideline. Good defense there.
Another
just
throw
like by
for
Kevin.
East.
Yeah, just itching the way slowly down the sideline with throw-ins, which is a testament to Franklin's defense at the moment. And honestly, it's also a testament to how East has not been able to really put too much together at the moment either.
Here we have number 10, Daniel Lajos trying to create the. Oh, here we have a foul on Will.
Yeah, it's like that's number 18 for East that committed the foul.
Alan Resendiz, he's a freshman.
Hopefully Will's okay. Looks like, the ref will stop the clock and make sure. Yeah, that happens in goalkeeping. I mean, it's a physical position. Sometimes you come out and people might be thinking a ball's about to fall to them, but then when you collect it, it's obviously not there, and they'll make contact with the keeper. He looks to be okay, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, Will Sinclair looks like he'll be fine. Just a little knock there.
Yeah, which, I mean, happens. You just need a second to collect yourself sometimes when that happens. Like a little cramp or a Charlie horse almost.
Yeah, I think Jaden and Will were asking for a yellow card for him, but the ref, in my opinion, there's no need for a yellow card there unless if it was excessive force.
Yeah, or if 18 had done anything prior, but that was his first foul as far as I know, so it's like another ball here for Will. Have another chance to kick that up.
He's just going to,
I mean, there's no rush.
Yeah,
most definitely.
You can't, especially, again, in a playoff game like this, you want to run down the clock a little bit and kind of play into that desperation that East has right now. East is desperate for a goal, to work their way back into this game. Here we have Daniel Lajos playing a
chance here. Gets it on frame, right to 7, but 7 just blares it over. I mean, that's a hard shot to try to get control of, but
that's a very difficult technique to hit the ball when it's coming in on the volley like that.
Also, while you're running with it, kind of in a way.
Yes. Yeah. Very difficult to keep it down and put it on target there.
Yeah, he's probably should have just touched it and then tried to dribble it on frame. But regardless, Franklin has the ball again in the midfield. Ulysses with a nice little skill.
Nice pass out to Jaden Peavy.
They've had a lot of success, especially Yuli's sending that ball in. Oh, looks like Josiah might have a chance here. Or Taggy, excuse me. Jaden Peavy in. Good. Miguel might have another chance for a shot. Kevin could have taken one, but they kind of ran towards each other. But Miguel wins a free kick for Franklin.
Draws the foul there.
Yeah, there's a couple instances during that build-up of people kind of being towards the ball and whatnot, but it still results in something good for Franklin. Looks like it'll probably, once again, either be Yuli or Frankie. Given the distance and how centered it is, I'm assuming it'll be Yuli trying to get it on frame. I'll have to see what happens. Looks like East is dropping a man on one corner of the goal on top of who they have in the wall. This would be another scenario with how far back East is. You could definitely just take a little dump-off pass to the left there and see.
It comes straight off the wall. East deals with it and plays it up to number 18. Now they have a counter here. It's a kind of like a 2v4 situation. Does really well to find him.
But a poor touch right there by 7. It killed all the momentum of that build-up.
Yeah, the first touch is very important to get the ball under control so you can make, whatever you're going to do next is very important, and there it gets away from him.
Especially with Aaron, because the biggest thing we've propped up about him today has been the recovery.
Yes.
And if you have a poor touch, even if you are away from him, even if you are on the through pass, on the run, he'll just recover and take it away almost instantly.
Well, here we have Arturo coming out the field, finds a good switch out, 4 seconds left, and I think that would do it for the half. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back after the halftime. Panthers are 3 up. against East Henderson in this first round playoff game. We'll be back.
The FHS Athlete of the Month is sponsored by the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental. First Citizens has been helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 100 years. Corbin Dental is a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. The October 2023 Athlete of the Month is Logan Russo, men's cross country.
That's it. Let's go!
Hi, my name's Logan Russo. I'm a senior at Franklin High School, and I run cross country and track, and I just broke the 5K school record with a time of 15:32. Breaking the school record was quite a big thing for me, even though it didn't feel like it. I've always been believing in myself that I could break any record or go as fast as I want, except I've just had to prove those times to everyone else. And this time I've finally done it, and now I can finally just know for sure that I am that fast. My plans after high school are to run a lot more in college. I'm looking to go into D1 level schools, or at least very high D2 levels. And education-wise, I'm going to try and look for environmental sciences. What I love about running is just everything about it. The daily training, the speed workouts, the competitions, all the competitors, the teammates, everything about it. Just moving fast and having schedules my day for the training. For anyone who's new to running or just gotten into it, the best advice is to just keep on going at it and being consistent, doing the training every single day. Even though it's going to feel bad, it's going to feel a lot better when you compete and do something great.
sits one into right pretty well. Right fielder backpedaling. It's out of here.
Join Backlot Cinema and the Blue Ridge Bartram Trail Conservancy for Walking with Bartram, a section hike of the Bartram Trail through Georgia and North Carolina. Streaming now on YouTube and Facebook. We are Dalton's Christian Bookstore, North Carolina's largest Christian bookstore. We offer a wide range of gifts and apparel. Children will find a world of fun to explore in our interactive kids section. Dalton's has a huge inventory of Christian literature, including Bibles in all translations. Dalton's, your destination for inspiration.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back for the second half here at the Panther Pit with the Franklin Panthers playing the East Henderson Eagles. Franklin up 3-0. Goals from Frankie Valles, Ulises Padron, and Miguel Cruz. We got the second half started here. East got us started. Now, if I'm East's coach, I'm expecting a response here. and a little bit more fight.
Looks like a pass in. Number 7's going to have a chance here, but the
He's
flag was
outside.
obviously up, yeah. Looked like the ref was just kind of waiting to see whether or not he was actually going to do anything with the ball or not. Yeah, I mean, that was at least somewhat of a sign that they seem like they still want to play and, try to come back in this game. But you're 100% right. I mean, you have a chance here. We were talking about the first 10 minutes of the first half, which obviously went Franklin's way with 2 goals. And then now we're talking about the first 10 minutes of this half, and we're going to see whether or not East is really serious about keeping their season alive and, coming back in this game, or it's just going to be a ho-hum 40 minutes, which will lead to a Franklin win.
We had Arturo Hernandez playing the ball up, but Aaron Jennings does really well in recovering it. Now the Panthers will build from the back, have Graham Caldwell looking for Elise's.
Yeah, just a little past them, but Franklin's done a really good job of this game of building from the back and just kind of attacking down the field like we were saying earlier. Those little 1-2s have been there for him pretty much all night. Well, it looks like East is definitely playing a little bit of a different formation. You're seeing 2 center backs stay further back and then almost running another, looks like a chance for us here.
Ooh.
Gets by Jaden for a second. See if he can get a shot off. Gets a shot off, and a great save by Will. Bottom corner, corralled it, and kept it to himself. Yeah, it looks like East is kind of changing what they're doing. They're trying to get like their midfielders and fullbacks up a little more. We'll see what happens. Even though they were kind of playing like that, I feel like for this entire game, it's really been the top attacking forward for East moving up and being in the third, and that's practically been it.
Kind of looking from East's shape here. It looks like they're playing with like a 4-2-3-1 formation.
Looks like a chance here, but Will should be able to get that in his own 18. Looks like he's going to hit Ian out wide, who's going to have Kevin and Graham to pass to.
Ian is really comfortable with the ball at his feet there, as you can see. We have Elise's looking for Greg Harcher.
Nice little shield by West number 4 right there. But a Franklin throw-in after a wayward clearance by their keeper.
Elise's with a nice little touch there.
He looks like he's going to have Kevin out wide. Yeah, see if he can get it back in for Greg or Miguel. That's at the top of the box.
So he sets up Ulysses again.
Yeah. Ulysses has a drop to Graham. We'll see what he hits. Looks like he's keen on just sitting this ball on himself. But the East keeper with the very good corral right there.
Yeah.
And we've seen that tonight so far. It seems like those long-distance shots has troubled the East keeper, but almost everything that's been within his reach for the most part, outside, like we said, the longer shots, he's gotten the corral of and been pretty good at handling it.
Yeah, he's done pretty well with those. Here we have East trying to play the ball forward. Aaron did a good job initially, and
nice
Ian
little
Mendoza.
back flick to Graham. I don't know if Graham was exactly expecting it, though, as it went straight to 13 afterwards. Number 13 for East, that's Miguel Gonzalez-Perez. He's actually played pretty well for them so far. It was a big sign of energy for them in that first half.
We had Aaron coming across, wins the tackle there, but he concedes the corner kick here. East will have a corner, and we have Daniel Lajos coming over to take the corner.
Yeah, one of their leading goal scorers, one of their leading assisters. We're going to see if East has a chance here. Get something kind of on frame. It was kind of weak, and Will was able to handle it pretty easily.
He kind of took all the power away from it.
That was almost like a touch more than a shot in a way. Yuli tried a flick pass, but was able to get it back after 23 loses it for
He's
East.
going to look for the switch here. Out to Josiah. Josiah does really well with his first touch. He has some room here.
It looks like he's trying to hit Miguel. Looks like he will hit Miguel on that sideline.
Really
Beautiful vision there. See if Miguel can get a cross in. Kind of has Josiah for a drop here. See what happens. Or an overlap, which it kind of does turn into, but it leads to a East throw. The AR was a little hesitant there for a second, but it will be East's throw-in.
Yeah, I thought he was going to shift over and say it was a Panther throw, but gives it for East. And here we have another senior, Arturo Hernandez, pushing forward against Jaden Pivia. Jaden does a good job rebounding that ball off of him.
Yeah, wins a throw-in for Franklin. Headed pass by Miguel to Josiah. Josiah tries to flick it up to Greg. Greg with a touch that goes straight up. Was kind of looking for Yuli on that run, but a little too high and a little too close to East. Sometimes it's easier to keep that ball on the ground, but will result in a chance here for Franklin. Yuli has a tough angle and a good save by East. Looks like Kevin's going to try to receive this ball, but 13 for East does a good job of shielding his body away from it. East is on the counter here, but that's not what you want to do against Aaron Jennings. Trying to flick that ball further upfield. Looks like a clearance, or looked like a clearance that just went straight to the middle. Luckily, East is not able to capitalize on that.
Aaron Jennings is a little bit frustrated with himself there. He did really well initially to get his body between him and his opponent, and then he kind of drove it inside a little bit.
Yeah.
kind of want to see him kind of like fake going inside, then coming back outside to create that space. But again, he's fast enough to recover. But when it ricochets like that, you know, it was kind of fortunate that it went into the middle and away from the forward that was in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Nine's going to try to overlap here with Lejos to get a chance, but it does not result. And I think he had to retake it for, I guess they put the flag the wrong way at first. I don't know what was going on, but East will take that throw in again. I think the biggest thing you remember being coached as a kid, especially if you were a defender, is you never want to pass it back to the middle.
Yes.
And while I don't think that was a pass, that's still a very dangerous spot to put the ball as the center back for this team.
Yes. Here we have East trying to build, but again,
looks like he has a chance here, but number 7 again, he had that in the first half, tried to volley a ball like that while he's going with it, and it's just that's not like how you score. I mean,
you would think
you would have to hit it perfectly.
Yeah, and you would think he would have learned from the first one to, you know, settle the ball and then take a shot. There, he did good in the first half making contact with the ball. Here, he doesn't even make the contact. It just shows how difficult it is just to even, you know, get a foot on the volley. There.
Yeah, and I mean, with the weather, it doesn't help. But I would say both times he's had enough space to settle it and then turn on frame and see what can happen. And, yeah, just, I don't know. Like we were talking about the creativity earlier, just something has not been there attacking for East tonight. Great tackle by the East left back. Couldn't quite make out what number he is, but regardless, that was a great play.
Number 17. Let's see.
That's
Luis Lara Perez. He's a junior, so he has one more year, and you know, great tackle there.
Frankie with the throw in, trying to see if he can hit a cross in.
Yes.
Has a chance, but number 4 for East with a pretty comfortable heading clearance. Looks like Graham should have some time to settle this down. Tries to settle with his head, goes right back to Lejos for East, who finds, I believe that's number 9 for East.
Yeah, Arturo.
Yeah,
Hernandez.
their main man. Let's see if he can get a chance here. He's had some pretty solid success creating, giving his teammates opportunities.
Here we have a shot.
Yeah, gets a shot on frame that just was a very comfortable save for Will. Ian has a nice little pass to Graham. Graham tries to hit Ian. I don't know if Ian stopped or what happened. It was a slight miscommunication there.
Here we have
Looks like a pass over the top that is clearly offsides.
Now, you can't really, I think in this situation, you really can't blame Graham because Ian had already made the run to go forward unless he didn't get a shout from him. And, you know, me being on the field, if I would have seen that, I probably would have done the same thing Graham did there.
Yeah, just a slight miscommunication for Franklin there. It'll be a goal kick, or not goal kick, a free kick from an offsides right about the 25-yard line. Will sends it forward. Number 5 for East, excuse me, with a clearance. Lejos, number 10, has it. Some nice little dribble moves through the Franklin midfield, but Franklin's able to recover and force him to kind of retreat for a second.
Yeah. That's what you want from East. You want Daniel Lajos to come into the game and do more of that. To, you know, for if you're East, so you could have a chance to come back into this game.
I mean, yeah, Lajos has 10 goals, 12 assists this year, so he seems like to be one of the most integral parts of your team, if not the most. And if you're not getting the contribution from him that you need, then this is kind of what happens, as East has 0 goals and not really any insanely convertible chances yet. Frankie's looking for the long ball, kind of towards Greg direction, but East, number 4, their center back, is able to clear it out.
Federico Miranda, number 4, doing a great job. Yeah, you know, I think me and you agree, Coach, that the defense for East has been playing, you know, pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, most definitely. I mean, we know Franklin has some lethal attackers, and when a guy like Yuli is going down the left side, there's not a ton you can do at times. Mm-hmm. And also, something else that there's not a ton you can do are those long-distance shots. Like the center backs themselves, the fullbacks have honestly played pretty solid. But Franklin being able to convert on those long-distance shots has been nice. And then the other one was just kind of a ball that bounced back out straight to Miguel, which resulted in a goal for them.
Yeah, nice ball. Well, I thought that ball would have stayed in a little bit more, and I thought it was a little bit more centered from where I'm sitting. But, again, you know, Frankie has the foot to, you know, launch the balls in like that. And it's definitely dangerous, especially if you're East defending that free kick there. Here we have Daniel Lajos again on the ball, He has 3 players around him.
And just once again with a nice little move to create some
He
space.
does really well there.
The 7 looks like Will should be able to get there first. Clears it, but 7 might still have it. Never mind. That's gone way out for. Looks like
a goal kick. I think Will did enough just to ricochet that ball off him. Again, number 10 for East he made that play. There's the creativity that East has been lacking this whole game. He does a great little turn and then plays a good through ball into number 7.
Jonathan Montez?
Yeah, Jonathan Montez.
Yeah, and he's one of their other leading goal scorers. He has 8 goals this year, so if you're not getting, the volley chances that aren't falling and whatnot from him, that's a big difference. Looks like it'll be foul on Miguel.
Miguel Cruz fouled.
Yeah, it'll be a free kick for Franklin at about the 32-yard line in football terms.
Yeah. The Panthers, it feels to me they're comfortable with keeping possession here, not really exposing themselves too much, but at the same time you kind of don't see that intensity going forward as they did in the first half. And it's something very difficult to do playing the game throughout with that high intensity. But you feel like they kind of took their foot off the gas here, but they're doing really well in keeping the possession here. Maybe Ulysses can get a goal here.
Tries to get a pass in. It looked like probably Josiah, East again with the clearance. I would just say about the exact same thing. The attacking intensity hasn't quite been there, but other than that, so far for Franklin, it's been a lot of what we've seen from that first half. Just more possession-based now, given that they have the lead, given that there's time to not exactly waste, but to maybe burn a little bit.
Yeah, in soccer terms, this is kind of like a game management moment here. Keeping the ball, playing into the desperation of East, which have 28 minutes to, try and make a comeback here. But
there's ways that can play into your favor, too. Looks like Ulysses is going to take a long-range shot, but a pretty comfortable save for East goalkeeper. I'm sure Coach Matt's told them, when you're possessing like that, they're going to be pressing you now. They're down 3. They're going to be pressing you a ton now, which they weren't really doing a ton in the first half. That's where you can find those openings for your forwards. Nice little move by Miguel. Another nice move by Miguel. Gets the ball to Ulysses. You'll see who Ulysses can pass to next. Looks like he has Jaden Peavy out wide.
I think he just did that last one. I think he just did a little bit too much. He does well to come back and draw the foul. It's easy for me to say it as sitting up here, but I would think he would have let that one go. Split the defender there, and then he
did have Peavy out wide, who was pretty free. But from Yuli's point of view, when you're one of the more talented players on the team, especially with the ball at your feet, sometimes you create magic with it, and sometimes you do just get a little more strapped up, which is how it is. You give and take when you have a player like that sometimes. Frankie with the long-range effort. Looks like it'll be out wide. Good power. Pretty solid height, but just a little too right of the post.
Yeah. Off target there from Frankie Valles.
It looks like East will be making some substitutions. Looks like it'll be... Can't quite make out that number just yet.
I think it's number 3. No, number 6.
Number 6,
Number 6 into the game, Jeremy Gomez, the junior.
And then looks like someone else came on, but I wasn't quite sure to make it out who it was either. Looks like number 14 for East.
Yes, I would say
Landon
14.
Taylor, junior. Some reinforcements in the midfield. See if that can make a big difference for East right now. They seem to have found one midfielder who's came in with number 13 who's really giving them good minutes. We'll see if these other substitutions really change how this game's going for him. I would like to see Aaron make that wide pass out to Ian, but it is able to get the ball out to Frankie. Yeah. Now Frankie with the big switch. So Ian's going to have a good touch here. Yes. Number 6 for East. He's putting some good pressure on him, but Ian able to comfortably. Graham, good job getting back and getting the ball back out to Aaron with a little 1-2 right there to just keep possessing. It's comfortable. Ooh. A little dangerous right there. Yeah. Almost jinxed it, but no. Franklin had possession. Lost it to East, though. Oh, nice little through pass. That's the pass they were not getting in that first half. But still just, it's almost like once they get that ball in, you're down this much. Your back line's sitting at the 35 when you're attacking the other team's third. Some of your midfielders are still staying pretty far back. I don't know how much you expect to happen, especially with the defense as strong as Franklin's is.
Now, if I'm the East Henderson coach, your top scorer is number 9, Arturo Hernandez, who's playing kind of more of a center mid kind of holding position there. You would like to have him up front in these instances where number 10, Daniel Lajos, can play those through balls up to him, those chances that he can get. if he's and I've watched him play during the regular season here and then away. He's really good with his shots, but I feel he needs to be closer to the goal. I feel he's really disconnected from the game here, not being in his position.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little tricky. I mean, you always, when you have talented midfielders, like, they're in the central for a reason because they need to have the ball at their foot and whatnot, but sometimes you don't get them to create those chances, like shooting opportunities as much when they're playing that more central, like, playmaking type role. Nice little almost hesitating move there by Ian, trying to send a ball in, but
yeah,
unfortunately.
Nice little body feint there by Ian.
Yeah.
Here we have the keeper trying to play the ball forward.
And there's just one forward up there for East with about 4 black jerseys. He does somewhat win the ball, though.
He did a great job winning that ball from 4 defenders there. He still has it. He lays it off to Arturo here. He's going to have a shot here.
Looks like
just
it was
ricochets,
deflected off Jaden. Good defense right there, and a clearance by Ian.
Good job by Ian.
Or I guess it'll be a goal kick for Franklin. I
guess
it came off the East player. So, yeah, perfect play by Ian right there.
Yeah, caught a goal kick.
East looks mightily confused, but we don't argue with the officials here in Franklin.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
The East Henderson players still asking for the decision that went against them.
We especially don't argue when they make calls in our favor. Looks like it'll be Josiah and Greg here with a chance here. Now Miguel has it. He'll probably be looking for drop pass now. Him and Kevin both kind of go for it. Kevin decided that it was his ball after that. Yuli has it with 3 East players near, but just a nonchalant pass that goes straight to Graham. Rather impressive. Graham, unfortunately, not able to make the last defender miss right there to get through on goal.
Yeah, again, number 4, Federico Miranda, another senior. It's been pretty solid tonight.
So there might be a chance here for East, and it looks like that'll be the first goal tonight for East. Or, it will be.
I don't know. Now, this is initially from the shot. I think it hits the top. I think it hits the top, the football goal there, and it bounces in.
I guess we'll have to check a replay, too.
This might be what the central ref is coming over to talk with his AR.
It did seem like a very high shot, but also that'd be a very tough angle for that to bounce off the crossbar and go in. But, I mean, soccer balls are weird, so we'll see.
Yeah, he knocked off the goal there, and he gave a goal kick.
I mean, East doesn't seem to be protesting it that much, and maybe they were aware of that as well.
Yeah. Here we have the replay. Again, Arturo Hernandez takes the shot here. Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, very unfortunate.
I saw that. Here we have it right here. Yes, it hits the top when it goes in. I think it just hits where the 2 posts meet right there. I want to give a shout-out to the FPSN team. They always give us some great replays of the action here. And
also,
they do a really
shout out to
job.
the officials for making that call because, I mean, that's a tough call, especially if you're further away from the pitch to really see. I mean, definitely played a trick on my eyes.
Yeah. Now, that was a goal that was chalked off there, but I think the Franklin Panthers need to show a little bit more intensity here. Maybe find a 4th goal. Seems the ball ricochets off of the ref here, and he will do a drop ball to the team that was in possession. It should be not contested here. It should just be a ball for them.
Yeah, he's kind of booted up, trying to possibly target one of their players. Looks like number 10 for East here has a very ambitious chance, but I mean, let's be honest here. Like, it's one thing to be trying to crack that from the ground, but to pop it up to yourself and try to crack that from that far out.
I think he would have had a better. Oh, nice little flick there.
Especially when you're capable of that. And it looks like 6 is gonna have a chance here. It doesn't get the touch. And Aaron looks like kind of gets behind him. Is kind of getting a little physical, but plays great defense. But looks like it leads to a corner for East. Yeah.
Again, going back to Daniel Lajos taking that shot. He's good technically enough to bring that ball down and carry it.
Yeah, I mean, he just had a little flick heel pass that set up a perfect 1-2 for him and his teammate.
Yes, right after that play.
Definitely was a lot more dangerous.
Here he's going to have a shot, number 23, I think. It comes back to Daniel. Daniel tries to cut it back.
Looks like him and number 7 had a slight miscommunication there. 7 was going for it. Tried to just have Daniel taken, have him just squared up for him, but caught the ball a little bit behind him. Number 6 for East right here gets the ball taken away from him rather successfully by Ian right here. Ian then hits Yuli, who's going to have Graham on the sideline if he sees him, but then switches it the other way for a beautifully paced ball to
Josiah.
His name's escaping me at the moment. I apologize. But, yeah, Josiah, who gets a good touch. But back to East. Number 7 here right at the 18, trying to hit it back out to Arturo. And Frankie, well positioned there to get that pass out of the way with a nice little lofted hit to Ian on that left side.
That's what Frankie gives this team. His vision and his calmness to play out of sticky situations like that is really impressive to see from him, just the calmness he has. And it's really something that sometimes you can't coach, to have that calmness on the ball. So it's really natural for him to have it.
Yeah, having a composure with the ball at your feet is so important, because anyone can make passes when they have all day and the lanes are open. But when you have a guy screaming in your face who's possibly about to Brexit tackle you, and, you're trying to make a pass that's a lofted through pass to your wing back, it can be a lot difficult. Aaron here with the recovery after 23 kind of gets by Franklin defender. Looks like it'll be East throw-in.
Now, touching on number 6, Jeremy Gomez, that's been a couple of times where, in that second chance where East had this chance, they shift the ball out to Jeremy here. And his first touch, again, touching on your first touch, it's probably one of the most important skills and foundations that you have to have if you want to be a great soccer player. Mm-hmm. The ability to bring down a ball and control it straight at your feet without it bouncing yards away. Here we have
Josiah's going to have a chance here. He has the keeper out, but looks like a clean tackle by the East center back. Another great play for number 5 for East Henderson, which is Victor Morales Hernandez. Wow.
Josiah's not really complaining there. I think he thinks it was a clean tackle as well.
Yeah, from this angle, it looked like it possibly could have been a foul, but if Ref and Josiah were both kind of accepting of it, then looks like it must have been clean. Great play by. That's insane tackle from behind like that to be able to complete. Looks like East has a numbers advantage here. It's a 4v3. We'll see what they can do with it. Well, number 7 staggers his run. He's going to have a shot on goal, but a beautiful tackle by – looked like it was Ian again. What a play.
Ian and
that is huge.
And Graham coming in too to put some pressure on him.
And out of all the times where number 7 decides not to hit it one time, that was the time where it probably would have been perfect, and now it looks like he might be a little shaken up.
I think that's what it's come down to. The difference between both teams tonight is their decision-making in the final third. That's what's been crucial here. Like you said, if number 7 takes that shot first time, being where he was positioned,
there's a solid chance for a goal there as long as he places it well, yeah.
But with that extra touch, that just gives defenders like Ian
perfect chance to recover.
Yeah, Graham coming in is chance to recover. Exactly.
Yeah, beautiful tackle. We'll see what East can do. They've definitely been on the attacking end a lot more these past 10 minutes. I mean, obviously times weren't thin here with 17 minutes left to go. We'll see what East has left, but Franklin trying to get a ball up. Looks like it was Ulysses trying to find Kevin, but now Greg has a chance. Tries to send a nice lofted through pass to Josiah. Josiah looks like he's going to have a chance here to possibly round the center back. Once again, a defender for East, number 17 this time, doing a good job of corralling that and winning a throw-in for East.
Luis Lara Perez.
Yeah, another solid defensive play by East's back line. I feel like, we've said it kind of already. The back line's been there for East tonight, but it's been like kind of the midfield that they've kind of struggled in a way. Maybe not offensively as much, but defensively for sure. It looks like a chance here. Try to find number 6 for East, which is Jeremy Gomez Galvin, but just a little too wide, and it'll be another goal kick for Franklin as we see David Rubio come on, and it looks like
is it David Rubio and
number 19.
It's Ebby Rios coming on into the game.
It looks like it'll be Miguel, not Miguel. It'll be Yuli, or is that Kevin?
It looks like Kevin
and Graham.
Yeah, Kevin and Graham are off. Got David Rubio, another senior, coming in for, possibly the last 15 minutes. I think Coach K at this point
is trying to get more defensive.
That and maybe giving other players on the bench some minutes here. Mm-hmm. With 15 minutes left, you're up 3-0 at home. Kind of want to give Kevin here a rest. He's been in the whole game. And Graham is another integral part of this team. I just want to talk a little bit about that. Graham had played mostly as a winger, right mid, and kind of like that. Last season when we played with a 5-back, he was the wing back coming up and down. This year, he has done exceptionally well moving into the midfield, and it's completely different to play out wide and into the midfield. And I think Graham has done really well adapting and leveling up his game, growing his game into that midfield role that Coach Kolosik has gave him. And now, in my opinion, he's a very integral part of how this team works.
Most definitely. I think the only thing I'd like to see him do is maybe talk a little more in that field and demand the ball a little more, because he can be a kind of quiet guy at times.
He's a quiet guy, but we've seen him on the practice field. He gives everything and he goes all out. He gives 100% every time he practices. So that is definitely one thing I would like to see him work on, is just being loud out there. But everything else, Graham, I think you've deserved a huge shout-out to you for this season you've had so far. And
to talk about, if you don't mind, that positional transition that you're talking about, you definitely see that when he is playing more of that DM role, given that he has that somewhat defensive background as that wing back and the 5-back. He plays very good defense for a midfielder, especially one who's just kind of learning how to be more a little central instead of out wide like he was.
Many times in professional soccer, I have seen right back or left back, and they slot into that defensive mid position, and it's just so natural for them to slot in. And you find little gems like that when you do stuff like that. So great call by Coach Kolosik to shift him into that midfield, and all the merit to Graham, who has played an exceptional season so far.
Yeah, no, you definitely see players like that. Kamavinga, he does that for Madrid. Kimmich does it for Bayern. And then in some aspects of it, Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool. He is listed as the right back, but when they attack, he definitely plays as more of a midfield because he has that creative skill.
Now, I want to say the one that I first saw that kind of got me into it was Philipp Lahm for Bayern Munich.
Yes.
He could play left back, right back, and in the midfield, and he was such a great player.
That's a little before my time, but he usually gets a pretty good Legends card.
He's calling me old.
He usually gets a pretty good Legends card to FIFA, so I know who he is.
He's amazing. Here we have the refs talking about free kick for East here.
Doesn't know what quite the commotion is.
I'm not sure. I think there's going to be a card here. Yeah, card.
Number 6 for East.
Yeah, number 6. Jeremy, let's see. Let me find his name. Jeremy Gomez Galvan gets a yellow card. Maybe something he said to the ref?
Yeah, I mean, if East has a free kick, if that is the case, regardless, usually if a ref gives a yellow card that late after something, especially if he talks to the AR about it, that probably means the AR, which for those who don't know is the assistant ref, the sideline ref. He probably heard something, got the ref's attention, and then gave him a yellow. And, yeah, been kind of a rough night for number 6 for East so far. Yeah. Came in, had a couple chances that just didn't really work for him, and then, now a yellow on top of it. Looks like we'll see... Can't tell quite who this is. They had some very small numbers on the front of the jersey, but number 18 for East.
Number 18. Let's see. We have Alan Resendiz. He's a freshman. Came in.
Looks like he will be taking this free kick, possibly either him or number 10 for East.
I think it's number 10.
And once again, you see it here,
they're not really lined up. They have.
Where are the attackers for East right now?
They have 3 players looking to get on the end of this. Now, I don't know if it's, you can see now on your screen, it's 3 attackers inside the box trying to get on the end of this. Now is when they push up.
Yeah, it looks like the ref's going to talk to Matt about something.
I think he might be explaining the yellow card to the player. And this is just us.
Yeah. Now you see Josiah get back now that East looks like they're finally pushing some more bodies up. Have to see what they do here. I mean, there is a option for that pass. Looks like number 13 right there might have a chance if they try to send a through pass into him, or if they just try to send in a looping ball or a shot on goal.
Yeah. Now you can see here on your screen, you have Greg Harcher up top. He's a 2v1 situation here. So if the Panthers can maybe get the ball up to him, I kind of want to see him go 2v1 here.
Looks like a shot attempt, which is not really too dangerous for Will. Looked nice off the first hit, but it kind of lost its power once it got to the keeper.
Not too much power, yes. He threw the ball out there to number 14, Josiah Mascoro, who wins the ball here. He does really well to win the ball and find Rubio here.
Rubio tried to send that ball, and Yuli just put way too much pace on it.
Just puts it down the middle. Just looking down here, we have, I think it's Graham Caldwell again. He's coming back into, he's here on the sub. And then we have Aaron Dewhurst, number 12, coming in for his first appearance of the night. Again, Coach Kolosik rotating some guys off the bench who have a
beautiful save by Will Sinclair. That is exactly how you use your top hand on those far-reaching shots.
Beautiful
and
save.
That's exactly how you keep a clean sheet so far as well. That hasn't been asked to do much, if really much at all tonight, but that was exactly what you look for. Very nice to have a keeper you can rely on for shots like that.
What a save from Will Sinclair there. Now, maybe Will, after this corner, you have the corner here, comes out to number 14. He has a touch, tries to go around. Frankie Valles ends up getting the ball and clearing it up to Josiah Mascoro here.
It's like Josiah with a beautiful tackle, able to win it back. Yuli's up now. Looks like he's going to have Greg for a through pass if he can see him, or he's just going to try to round it. See what happens. He's going to take a shot. Probably concussed an East player right there, straight to the head. Number 4 able to block it. Looks like Yuli still has it. Tried to drop it off to Josiah. Josiah was a little further up than he was expecting, but it will be a throw-in for Franklin.
Panthers.
As we'll see these two subs come on, and Graham and number 12.
Aaron Dewhurst.
Someone I haven't had to interact with much, but it looks like he'll be coming in for Greg, so he'll be up top. And it looks like Graham will be back at the midfield, kind of at that box midfield left DM spot.
Yeah, we have Ebby Rios coming off and Greg Carter coming off.
Looks like be another chance. Rubio's going to try to settle it. He's definitely probably going to take a shot here. Takes it. Pretty solidly placed, but still a pretty comfortable save for East.
Now, I will say that's off his left foot, which is his weaker foot. So, great attempt there, him having the confidence to go at it with his left.
Yeah, of course. Rubio's another player that's almost really similar to Frankie in a way, where he can play that deeper lying playmaker, but also rip off very powerful shots.
Yes.
And he also put in some very important minutes last week versus West.
Yes.
Because Aaron got a yellow card and he had to come in, and he played rather well.
Yes, he did.
Big game for him on senior night. Looks like East will bring in a sub on. Or can you sub during throw-ins for the other team?
Not for the other team.
Okay. Wasn't quite sure.
They usually will if both teams have a sub in. So they will let both teams come in. Yeah. But it looks like number 3, Tucker.
Looks like a chance here for Franklin, but the keeper saves it. Franklin might still have it. Looks like Josiah right there.
Have a shot.
Miguel had a chance with the keeper out of position, but was not able to tally his second goal of the night.
So, Coach, with 10 minutes left, if you're just joining us, Panthers are up 3-0. Goals from Frankie Valles, Ulises Padron Perez, and Miguel Cruz. And the Panthers in the first half were unplayable. They went to another level. But with 10 minutes left, you would think they're going to see out this game. We have Coach Matt taking off Josiah Mascoro, and we have
Taggy coming on.
JC Taggy coming back in again, rotating some of the guys here, giving some minutes, some important minutes here to guys here in a playoff game. And Aaron Dewhurst does initially well. His second touch just got away from him there.
Nice little recovery by Aaron to put a foot on that pass. Looks like Ian's going to have a chance to attack a little more up here. Kind of stumbles himself on the ball. Takes it back. I mean, there's no rush to attack and get up the field.
He's going to look for the switch here, too.
Very beautiful switch to Jaden. Jaden heads it, but number 3 for East looks like he was in the way of that. Now we see Arturo, but Jaden once again recovery and then forces the foul by number 9. Probably a frustration play right there because, I mean, I don't think he was expecting Jaden to be able to recover that fast and get in front of him with the ball like that.
Yeah. And the balance that you have in this team, as soon as Jaden pushes up there, Frankie naturally slides into his position, which is so great to have that balance. You release Jaden, who has that physical prowess to push forward and look for a play, and Frankie can just cover his spot so effortlessly. That it's amazing to have in a team like this.
And it looks like East will bring on a sub. Number 4 is coming off. Federico Miranda, the senior center back for East. Tough for him tonight. Obviously, his team won't be making on, but he did play a great game in his last game for East Henderson.
Yeah, it
Eagles.
looks like he might have took a hit here. He's kind of like limping off. And again, he's had a great game.
Long shot.
Great shot there. Great save.
That was Ulysses once again with the attempt. But to say what you're saying, number 4, he did play a great game for East. Obviously, they did get 3 goals scored on them, but almost none of them were directly at the fault to him or his other center back partner, number 5, Victor Morales Hernandez.
Yeah. So here we have a foul.
Looks like it'll be a kick for East.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a free kick for East here. Arturo Hernandez over the ball here. He's going to look to launch it forward. And again, you have a 2v4 situation right there. Not really any much East players pushing up into the box.
I think it's officially gotten to the point where it's kind of just, not saying that they're necessarily phoning it in now, but I think I think the result's kind of set in stone at this moment.
Yeah.
At least in the minds of East players, it seems.
Ulises with the ball still against 2 guys. A third one comes over, and again, it's number 13.
Rubio has it right here with number 10 pressuring him.
Number 13, Miguel Gonzalez, who has come in and he's done a great job for East tonight.
No, he's been a spark plug for this team in the midfield, even though nothing quite really changed on the scoreboard.
Here we have a sub. Now, this is interesting because we have Aaron Dewhurst off, and now we have Eddie Rios, who is on the JV team, and he has been pulled up for the playoffs. And here he is. Eddie Rios, an interesting story about him. He had been our center back in the JV team for the first initial games, and then we put him up at striker, and he's our top scorer. It's just insane.
That's how it works sometimes. I can think of a lot of players who started out in different positions and they ended up that's exactly how it works sometimes, and that speaks to a player's overall skill level if they can play both positions.
Yes, it's just the mentality, and I think he deserves a great shout-out. He is one of the hardest-working players on the JV team, a captain, a leader, and he's looking to, I think these are precious minutes to him, these last 5 minutes in this game, in the playoff game. He's not going to forget this.
I saw a lofted 3-pass. Taggy might be able to get a foot on it. Almost does, but East able to find the ball after the missed touch and clear it up. Ian now with it. Probably just going to look for a drop to Graham or Aaron. Graham swings it out wide to Frankie. Frankie has all day here and with no much urgency to get the ball forward. Looks like he finds Yuli up at the right part of the sideline, who tries to get by, but an East slide tackle from number 17, which is Luis Laura Perez.
Yeah, forces him outside, throw into the Panthers. Here we have another sub coming in. 2 subs, actually.
Number 13 and number 14.
We have number 13 is Justin Perez into the game for the first tonight, and 14 Josiah Mascaro coming back in.
It looks like Miguel will be done for the night, as he scored the 3rd goal of this game, which is his 7th of the season. So a nice little number for him to hit right there.
And Ulises is the other player to exit the game. He's put in a shift tonight, scoring the second goal. And now it's just these 5 minutes. He's going to rest a little bit early here. Throwing into the box, Eddie Rios almost on the end of that.
Looks like a punt towards Ian's direction, but looks like he's just going to let 18 try to settle it, which he does not. Aaron keeps it pretty comfortably. Ian hits Graham in the middle. Graham now has a lot of space to work with. He's probably going to try to hit right there, 24.
That's Eddie Rios.
Yeah, Eddie Rios. Frankie now has Jaden out wide. There's a lot of space for Franklin, just kind of possess and see this game out. Graham takes it with a little bit of a wayward touch that leads straight to an East player. This is number 10 for East, trying to send another through pass, but just has not been there tonight. Aaron Jennings has done a great job of cutting off a lot of those passing lanes, and once again does it there.
Great pass from David Rubio out to Justin Perez, who loses the ball there against number 3, Josiah coming over to help.
Tries to get a ball in for number 9, Arturo Hernandez Martinez, but Jaden once again, I mean, I feel like it's been the story of the night tonight. I mean, Franklin's defense has just pretty much taken away everything East has tried to do, and then I don't think there's really much else to say. I mean, it's 0. There's only been one demanding save really asked of Will tonight. Looks like Arturo's might have a chance for another shot here.
Graham
But it looks like
really
Graham,
well.
steps up and clears it out of the way. Long-range effort here from East, but a very comfortable collection for Will. 3 minutes to go. Do you know anything about who the Panthers' next opponent might be in the state playoffs?
Now, it's they're playing. AC Reynolds is playing Kings Mountain, I want to say. So, obviously, AC Reynolds, one of the juggernauts.
It's 6-0 AC.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I just got confirmation. If the score stays like this, with 3 minutes left, you would think the Panthers have this game in the bag. And I just got confirmation that AC Reynolds is beating Kings Mountain 6-0, and that will be the Panthers' next opponent. Now it will be away since AC Reynolds is seated at number 4 in the bracket, so it would be away. And AC Reynolds is a really good team. They're up there with the TC Robinsons and the good teams in the bracket. But, given how the Panthers have played tonight, here we have a goal back here from I want to say it was number 10, Daniel Lajos. Not really much celebration in it.
Maybe.
But, again, 2 minutes left. It's 3-1. Kind of predicted the score here, saying
yes. Once again,
the other 2 games ended in 3-1. Here we have the replay.
Yeah, just a well-placed shot, far,
Low
near
into the
post.
corner.
Yeah, not much Wilson Clare, unfortunately, could have done about that. And I'm sure he's a little frustrated that his clean sheet got ruined.
Yeah.
But I think he's overall more happy with his team's winning performance tonight.
Yeah. At this point, when you're in playoffs, it's nice to keep a clean sheet, but it's even better to win and to go on to the next round. At this point, the goal difference doesn't matter. It's just whoever wins goes on into the next round. And again, Daniel Lajos with the goal here, who, in my opinion, has been the most dangerous player for East tonight.
That brings his total up to 11 on the season, and then that brings his total up to 23 goal contributions total. So, yeah, no, he was their definitely most dangerous player tonight, but just him and number 9, just their 2 leading goal scorers and assisters just weren't really able to get much going tonight. See if East has another chance here. We'll see if they can get it by Will. But it looks like, it's 3-2 now with 1:29 to go. This is not what we were expecting. Hopefully we're not creating some type of jinx by talking about the next playoff match, because there's a minute. Yeah, it looks like a lot of Franklin Stars will be coming back on, because now there's a minute left of a 1-goal game all of a sudden. Yeah, that is not what you like to see.
Here on the replay, Full Sail changes, but I think in my opinion there's a miscommunication between Jaden and Aaron here. I think they both kind of looking at the ball to see which one is going to clear it, and they get mixed up, and it goes through them.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happened. You got to be careful on that goal line, obviously, to not score an own goal or something, and they didn't want to clear it into each other, and yeah, it resulted in a easy tap in for Arturo Hernandez Montoya.
Now this is the danger in a playoff game. When you're 3-0 up with 3 minutes left, you kind of think you have the game in the bag, and then this happens, and it's a 3-2, 1-goal game here with a minute
Ulysses
left.
might have a chance for a shot here. Tries to dribble through multiple East defenders, is able to win another throw-in, which will take ever so valuable seconds all of a sudden off the clock.
Yeah, if I'm the Panthers here, I'm trying to keep the ball here into the corner. Maybe play off a little bit of East's desperation here.
Yes.
Now 30 seconds
this is an
left.
important counter chance. This might be the last chance for East to get the ball up the field. They definitely have some urgency that we thought we were lacking earlier in the game. Arturo Martinez. Arturo had a mistouch right there, which is probably not usual for him, but a nice clearance up for East. Ian able to comfortably receive it. Arturo now has it. Looks like he has a chance for 7, but another wayward touch.
If I'm Will here, I'm taking my sweet time, just running down the clock here.
Yeah, now he's just going to fall on it and lay on it,
Yes.
and that'll be
okay. I think
enough
that will be
time
the
to
game.
just kind of in the game.
Out.
Wow. Yeah, late scare there for Franklin. East made a ferocious comeback there in the last 3 minutes, but Franklin able to win it 3-2 with a goal by Frankie Valles, a goal by Ulysses, and a goal by Miguel, which will do it for him. Wow. Yeah. Very scary at the end there.
Well, the Panthers will be back in action. I think it's Thursday against AC Reynolds in the second round of playoff games, and it will be away. But we will keep you posted on Facebook, on FPSN. And once again, thank you, and good night from me, and good night from Coach Trevin Talent.
The FHS Athlete of the Month is sponsored by the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental. First Citizens has been helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 100 years. Corbin Dental is a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. The October 2023 Athlete of the Month is Logan Russo, men's cross country.
That's it. That's it. Let's go!
Hi, my name's Logan Russo. I'm a senior at Franklin High School, and I run cross country and track, and I just broke the 5K school record with a time of 15:32. Breaking the school record was quite a big thing for me, even though it didn't feel like it. I've always been believing in myself that I could break any record or go as fast as I want, except I've just had to prove those times to everyone else. And this time I've finally done it, and now I can finally just know for sure that I am that fast. My plans after high school are to run a lot more in college. I'm looking to go into D1 level schools, or at least very high D2 levels. And education-wise, I'm going to try and look for environmental sciences. What I love about running is just everything about it. The daily training, the speed workouts, the competitions, all the competitors, the teammates, everything about it. Just moving fast and having schedules my day for the training. For anyone who's new to running or just gotten into it, the best advice is to just keep on going at it and being consistent, doing the training every single day. Even though it's going to feel bad, it's going to feel a lot better when you compete and do something great.